Hello. Oh, I can see myself in the Russian room, but I can't see myself in English room. Why is that? And I guess I can take the screen as well, right? Do you want to take continue? Okay. Just give me a second. Hey guys, I'm super happy to be with you here. I'm a little bit as always nervous because I haven't done this for a very long time, but I'm super excited as well. And I think it's just the right time for us to crack on with the new presentation and to find out you know, how to properly to present it. Actually, before we start talking about the presentation and how it should be run, can you please tell me if you have seen the presentation in the back office? Let's start with that. Can you put the plus in the chat if you have seen it? Because to be honest, I counted today, and all the presentations which has been translated, is available on the back office. So we have 11 languages. Okay, we have Russian, English, Spanish, Italian, Arabic, Latvian, Vietnamese, Manipur, Hindi, French, and German. Okay, and you can find this these presentations in Evorich tab. Okay, not in API, but in Evorich tab. After the presentation, please go and have a look. You should be able to get one for yourself. Great, I can see it. I'm not sure about the Russian room because not that much activities here, but I hope you guys in other rooms also putting the pluses and you know where to find the presentation because it's been there, I think at least for 2 weeks or so. Okay. The other side of the presentation is about to come. Okay. These are the guidance, do and don'ts, which will be added in the back office as well. We have just finished the design and I have sent it to translation. So hopefully by end of the week, the major languages will be translated already. If not, then maybe at the beginning of next week. The difference between the guidance last time, which I created, is that this time we have do and don'ts. Instead of me writing my examples, how I would present the presentation, I just have given you an idea what you need to share on each slide. Okay. So I think we have tried to do it as simple as we can. Therefore, I would like to get your feedback, guys, as well now to find out if you have managed to do any presentations already and how you feel about the presentation. Do you feel it's much, it's like more straightforward? Do you feel it's kind of a shorter presentation? It's kind of a message is direct without going all around and trying to figure out how to do, how to present our business. So if you can give from 1 to 10 how you feel about the presentation, that would be great feedback for me to see. 8, 10. Data mining. I can see in the Russian chat also some feedbacks are coming through. So I hope in Spanish and Italian and other languages we have this webinar. Also give some feedbacks. Much better, still needs plenty of improvement. Okay, interesting to know about those improvements. Maybe I will create like a form what you think about it. I must say, guys, that this presentation has been approved by our legal team as well. So once we created the presentation, we had to give it to our Igor, who is our legal, like a head of a legal department. and she made some changes, some edits, what we can put, what we cannot put in the presentation. And so that was the part why the presentation, final presentation took so long. Okay, I can see quite positive feedback. Thank you. So what I want to say, guys, regarding the presentation, there will be added, I wouldn't call it a warning, but I would call it like attention to that how to say, description, how and what you can do about what you can do with this presentation. I will read out loud, but it will be added in a back office very shortly. And I want you to take it very seriously and follow this guidance as well, okay? So it will be written that to form a positive image of the company in the information space, as well as maintain a high reputation in the eyes of our clients and partners, we kindly ask you to follow the following recommendations. Again, it has been approved and discussed with the legal team. So the first point is the Evorich presentation may only be used for personal use or doing the corporate presentations, basically. Second point, changes are allowed only in the speaker card and the news part of the presentation. So the news part is at the end of the presentation. And third part is it is strictly forbidden to change the rest of the data, distort the color schemes and the Evorich logo, change the presentation style, make changes to the data, distort the essence of the presentation. So basically, what does it say? You can obviously change your card, your picture, and your description in the presentation, but you cannot change anything else in it. You cannot move slides around. You cannot delete the slides. You cannot add slides from different presentations. Just leave it as it is. If you're running the corporate presentation and you are presenting this brand, then please please follow this guidance, okay? Because we want to create one brand, like a standards, right? And instead of creating our own presentations, please follow it. We have really we have put a high we have put a lot of time and energy in this presentation. The legal team has been coming into the presentation as well to approve it and finalize it so that it's I would love to call it perfect presentation, but the presentation which we can run from all around the world. Okay. And what else regarding the legal part? I think that's from that angle. I hope you agree with me, guys. Put pluses if yes, and obviously minus if not. Great, I can see a lot of pluses coming through. Other thing I want to kindly ask you guys, when we do such presentations, we are presenting a global company. We are presenting $1 million, if not $1 billion company. Okay, so let's create the standards for the approach of those presentations, how we are presenting our opportunity. Okay. I'm talking about the lighting. I'm talking about how we present ourselves on front of the camera, how we are dressed up, what is our background. Right now I'm sitting down because it's going to be a training, but initially, like if I would do the presentation, I would prepare to stand up, because then it's a different energy. You can move freely around, like with the hands and stuff, right? And it's just like, how to say, you're giving a different impression about, our company and our brand. So if you are doing the corporate presentation, so think about that, okay, guys? Because I have gone and watched other companies like leaders in the market, or other company presentations from different industries, how they are doing the presentations. They have really high standards, okay? They don't allow themselves to be like in a darkness or sitting on a sofa and watching and doing the presentation or having some background noise or disturbing, background. So let's try to create our brand very prestige, so that everyone else who's coming to our presentations and watching our opportunity feels that we are a $1 billion worth company. Okay. If you need the help with the presentations and how to do the presentation, then why don't you consider to participate in one of the Igor's training, Igor Nezovibatko training. He's doing a really great speakers training, and myself, I'm also participating in this training, and I'm gaining a lot. I'm gaining a lot from him. He's giving great tips. He's giving great information how you can impact your results even doing the presentations via webinars. So I do really recommend for you guys to consider this training if you want to become a powerful speaker, if you want to become the motivational, transformational speaker, whatever kind of speaker you want to be. But I do recommend to participate in these such trainings because we need to give the message to the masses, and the more powerful we do it, the quicker we're going to reach our goals, right? Which is the 15% of the world's population. Okay, so that's, I guess, it about that. So let's crack on with the presentation. If you have any questions, guys, I will answer them at the beginning, at the end of the presentation, and then yeah, if anything. So I'm going to take back the screen. I don't know, you took it back from me, but I'm taking back from you. Also, one more question, guys. What would be the most, what would you prefer? Would you prefer to have those notes in the comments under the presentation slides, or you would prefer to have in this kind of way? What option would you prefer? Or there are two options, or you would love to have one or the other? Separate, please. Okay, PDF, let me see. Document separately. Okay, I have created right now at this stage in a PDF format, and you see this time I have also included the picture, so it's not just slide 1 and slide 2. We have actually, I have created, like, I had taken the screenshot and then do's and don'ts. Okay, so at least then you have a better understanding what slide we are talking about. Okay. All right. So yes, guys, so this presentation, the purpose of this presentation is to inform people about our existence. So to inform people about the Evorich brand. And the maximum time we should stay or do the presentation is 30 minutes. I have seen certain presentations done by Gail Podkins. Somehow her presentation came in front of me and I decided to watch it. And actually I was obviously happy to see that it's very close, that her way of presenting was very close to how it should be presented. And also Anastasia Yagozhinska, I also watched your presentation, also very good. So I can see that you are managing to do the presentation within those 30 minutes. Even myself today, I did a presentation and I did even less than 30 minutes, okay? So the way we can do this, guys, is if you don't add extra information, if you don't try to educate about each bullet point, if you're not trying to educate about each project and start adding, I don't know, extra information from your top of your head. I know that sometimes we want to give more, but sometimes more can be too much, okay? So this presentation is just like to open the doors, to get people excited, to get people interested, curious. So what is this Evorich brand? So what is it that we do? What do we offer? And if we're sending our partners or potential clients to one or the other presentation, we should be what's the name? We should be assured that in the presentation nothing extra will be said. Okay, so we need to follow the guidance and try to do it in 30 minutes. That's all I can say. Obviously, how you can do it by practicing. I will tell you honestly, I have done this presentation, I've created this presentation, but even when I do the presentation, it is a little bit strange, or it's a little bit uncomfortable to do it at this point. But the more often we will do it, the more often we will practice this presentation, we will be doing it quickly. And I can imagine what the conversion we will get from these presentations. Okay, because Evorich opens the doors to the new world. And that's how we need to present it. So in this first slide, obviously we're welcoming everyone to the presentation. And here is the tip from Igor. Okay, you can try to do this presentation in two ways. Either you do the presentation thinking that you are doing for masses, because you can see it's like hundreds of people watching your presentation, or you're doing it kind of for the one person. And the second option, it will be more personal. Obviously, those people sees that there are many other people, but you're kind of talking to one person. But imagine the other person, the person sitting on the other side, like you probably right now. At least most of you, I can imagine, are sitting on your own, right? Unless you are in the office and watching this presentation with your team, you most likely would be watching this presentation on your own. And if I ask question, guys, right, answer the question, but you are sitting in the room on your own, it's like she's asking to me. So think about it. Try these two options. If one A, you're talking to masses, and option B, if you're talking to one person when you're doing the presentation. We don't stay here too much, approximately 30 seconds to 1 minute. And then, we're welcoming those who have come here already multiple times, and we are welcoming those who are here for the first time. Hoping that, they are ready to find out more about the Evorich and the opportunity. Again, you can use your own words, how you welcome your people, but we just don't stay here too much, okay? Second slide will be your card. So this is the only slide you are allowed to change, obviously. Right now in different rooms, probably there is some Emila's picture, let's say, with her description. I just managed to change here in English presentation, my picture, my name and description. I just want to tell you guys, the word speaker was left so that it's a speaker's card. You don't have to leave that word there, just delete it. Write your name and surname and delete the speakers. I can see that some presentations they left this word, but you don't have to leave it, okay? So just delete it. And in the bullet points, obviously you write about yourself, your achievements, your ranks, and etc. But what do we do here, guys? We don't talk about ourselves for 5-10 minutes, okay? We don't read the bullet points on the slides. The way I have taught how to do is sell yourself here. Sell yourself here as the master or professional in this industry, or why would people should be listening to you? Because saying that representative of the board of ambassadors, the new person don't even know what does it mean, or partner program vice president, they have no idea about the marketing plan, okay? And mentioning all these things, I was told that they don't really care. What I was recommend to do is to try to give yourself, try to create the pitch approximately 30 seconds about yourself. I remember once I attended one of the events by JT Fox, and he said, imagine that you have, you're walking on the street and Richard Branson comes kind of in front of you, right? And you have 30 seconds to pitch him about yourself. So create the pitch in such a way that the person will be willing to listen to you. Okay, you can say something like, hello, my name is Anete Martinsone and I will be here for the next 30 minutes. I'd really do enjoy to do what I do, and I love what I do, because this the information which I will share you in a minute has changed my life. And via my experience right now, I can help other people. I can motivate and inspire them to dream big, to think big, and see that, you know, they all can be more, have more, I don't know, be more, have more, and you know, achieve everything in their lives. And I don't speak from the books, I speak from my experience. And the way I do this for the last 3 years is via speaking, coaching, and mentoring. Something like that, right? I just came on top of my mind, but I would recommend for you to write it down, your pitch for 30 seconds, not mentioning what's on the presentation, because they can read it anyways. Create this hook, so as I said, they will be willing to listen to you and they will gain the trust from you. Don't mention when you joined the company, what people you know, and who invited you to this business, and how lucky you are, and etc. Just talk about yourself as the professional in which they should be listening, because you can guide them to something better. Okay, do we understand so far? Put plus if yes and no if minus. Great. Great. Okay, so I have written down that we should spend maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute approximately. So just try it out and see how it works for you. Okay, so the next slide is the agenda. Again, okay, let's start with what you should do. You should read the bullet points of the agenda, simple as. What you shouldn't be doing is explaining every bullet point. Why? Because you are going to talk about these bullet points in the presentation. Maybe you shouldn't say just like today's reality in the world. Just say your own words in one sentence. What are you going to talk about and how you are connecting the presentation? Maybe you can connect your 30-second pitch with the agenda. Okay, again, we need to practice the way how we can connect the story of this presentation. Imagine that this is the story. You're taking through the story your listeners. I have put here that at the end of presentation, after steps to success, there will be news and Q&A. There might be weeks when there are no promotions or anything that you should share with partners, then you just have to take off the news and leave it as a Q&A. Q&A also is only like you answering the questions only related to the presentation, to the information, okay? If you haven't mentioned certain information such as about the STO, about going public, about the blockchain exchange, because those are the most questions people are asking, then we guide them to the separate presentation. Okay, so here we at the end of the presentation we answer the questions only related to the information you have shared. And as you can imagine, it's all about where can I get more information, what is your website, how I can get the presentation, how I can get the registration, where I can find other product presentations, etc. Okay, where I can get a business presentation. So only questions related to this presentation. Okay, great. So then we come to this slide. What is happening in today's world? I have written down for you guys, in this presentation, we have to picture the problem. And I agree that we don't have to spend too much time on problems and challenges we are facing in today's world. But here's the thing, the listeners need to know what problems you are going to solve with this presentation. And they need to know why they have to listen to this presentation till the end. Because again, I have done some research and statistics. It says like, if you don't get the people's attention at the very beginning of the presentation, and your presentation is like 20, 30, maybe a little bit longer, then you will lose their attention, you will lose their focus, and they will start doing other stuff. So you have to grab their attention with this kind of slide via the pain, via the challenges and the problems most of the people are facing today. I'm not saying that everyone is facing, but you have to kind of create a picture in their mind about about the situation in the world today. Maybe it doesn't how to they cannot relate to themselves. Perhaps they can relate these problems to their friends and families. Perhaps they have been thinking about making difference in the world and make some change in the world, whatever it is. So we just have to show them what's happening in today's world and where it leads us to. And same as like when we are telling our story, I would recommend to try to do this presentation and this slide, like to do this presentation like storytelling. And this slide should be a little bit, maybe quietly, maybe a little bit not that excited. Oh my God, guys, look how the financial world is crashing and people are losing the jobs. No, you should get to the people's feelings. Okay, as Igor again Nezovibatko said, either you go through the head and it's like strategic how does he call, like a strategic thinking, or you go through the kind of through the guts, you know, through the heart, through the emotions. And when you manage to do that, when you get people to think about this, and when you picturing this situation in the world, then you get them, then you have caught their attention and they are willing to listen to you till the end of this presentation. Okay, yeah, speak from their heart and share the truth, right? And that's it. Here you like, it's here on the slide, it's like how you feel comfortable. Either you kind of don't read like high unemployment rate leads us to more people become jobless. Obviously use your own wordings. Maybe share some experience that you have seen on the news or read in a magazine, or maybe you keep like you walk the same journey back and forwards from the shop and I don't know, you have seen different scenarios on the streets right now. Whatever it is, just share with them that, you know, there is a problem in the world, and if it hasn't happened to us, thanks God, but there are other people in the world who can, you know, who maybe needs our help. Basically, we don't spend too much time again here, 2 minutes maximum. Just think about it. How can you hook them? How can you make them think? How can you create this image in their head and in their mind that there is such a problem in the world, and it's time maybe to start hitting back these problems, okay? Hitting back these challenges. Either it's the person itself or someone that they know. And obviously, when we go to the next slide, guys, we are not sad anymore. And if we're standing up, we're just showing them with the energy, with passion, you know, with I don't know, with the smiles on our face that, guys, we have the answer to these challenges. Okay, tell them like, yes, that's the situation, but we can take we can take our life in our hands and do something about it. So be excited, show them that, you know, this particular moment could, you know, be the moment that they have found the answer to their challenges. Okay, because I can see in many presentations, all the presentations are going very like monotone. Okay, there is no ups and downs. Sometimes it even goes down at the end of the presentation. So try to use your voice, your eyes, your hands, your smiles to show people when it's pain, talk like show it's a pain. When it's a happiness and when something good is happening, then show them that. Okay, don't go just a monotone like as the way you started, the way you finish. Okay, again, it's a practice. It's a different maybe approach, guys, but I was told it's gonna work. All right, so the next slide is about the Evorich. Here we don't spend too much time again, guys, only 2 minutes approximately. And we just introduced the new new Evorich brand. And obviously don't forget about excitement. So here you can read out what's written on the slide, but it would be great if you can just say it your own words what the Evorich is about. It's very unique, and we will share with you the information why we, in our opinion, it's a unique brand. You know, we have multiple projects. We don't have only one project or two projects. That's already, you know, it's a kind of what's the word? It's an idea for them that, oh my god, there's something going on, I want to know more. So what do you mean you don't have one or two projects? Just make them interested, make them curious to keep going and to find out more, so what it is all about. Okay, so it's like you kind of say something but don't say till the end, so they have to go and look for more information and listen to you further. Obviously, you know, you just quickly go through, you know, the bullet points, where the company is registered, how many partners we have, tell them that the numbers are growing every week, every day. We have information in 12 languages, but obviously the bigger we grow, the more countries are adding to our list. And if there is a demand for you know, more languages, then obviously we're going to add you know, to our list. So we are growing, rapidly growing company, and this brand is a really global $1 billion worth brand, something like that. Just come up with something, guys, to make it excited. Headquarters, USA headquarters, headquarters in the USA. So then we come to this slide, and we spend here approximately 2 minutes as well. So here you briefly talk about Evorich ecosystem, okay? Naming all 6 companies and projects we have right now. You can also mention that obviously we continuously look for more projects, looking for lucrative projects that will, I don't know, serve the purpose and will add some value to this world or to community or consumers worldwide. And here you can kind of picture them that, you know, imagine like in a normal jobs, you have like, how to say, normally people have 1 or 2 jobs, right? It's okay. Most of the people have 1 job, but some people must have 2 jobs. So they are having two employees, right? So they work in 2 jobs, and you know, they have maybe different responsibilities, etc. So here you can picture that there are 6 projects. So those are 6 potential income streams where they can build the business, and it's everything under one umbrella. I sometimes call Evorich ecosystem like a holding, right? Because there are, let's say, hotel chains or restaurant chains with different names, with different styles, with the different offerings, but there is one brand at the top that most of the people don't even know, right? But there is one brand that is kind of holding all those hotels together. So we are kind of, this Evorich ecosystem is kind of similar to it, right? We have kind of one brand, and underneath we have multiple projects with different offerings and services, and we continuously are you know, looking to add more and more projects. If today we have 6, yeah, like an umbrella, if today we have like 6 projects, then I don't know, next year could be 10 projects, maybe in 6 months time will be 15 projects. It means that we continuously can add our income streams, right? What you shouldn't be doing here is to go into details about each project. Don't try to explain about the legal consultancy services too much in details, maybe in 1 sentence or 2 sentences, right? Same about the EduCafe, UGPay, uGain Academy, and Digital Doubles. Just mention something about these companies, but do not spend too much time. And I will explain you why. Because in the next slide, we're going to mention 3 companies. So we're going to mention Academy, we're going to mention uGain, and we're going to mention UGPay. These are the 3 companies we are focused on right now. These are the main kind of projects that we are trying to build the momentum in. Okay. Obviously, later on, all the other projects will pick up and will be ready to be presented and their services to be sold. But at this stage, we're focusing on 3 projects. That's why we don't go into details about this slide. Okay, so here we mentioned few projects. And first, obviously, we talk about the Academy of Private Investor. Again, approximately 2 minutes. And you can say that maybe you can put your kind of share your experience about the academy, how Academy of Private Investors has changed your life, not just in terms of money, but how it helped you to become maybe a different person or a better person, how Academy has helped you to become a better leader or great leader, powerful leader, how the Academy has helped you to build the business, you know, I don't know, kind of realize how obviously we touch base the money side, how, you know, the Academy helped you to understand more about the money. Just speak from your experience, okay? I don't want to put my words in your mouth. So think how you can describe the Academy in such a way that people understand that what we are giving in our in Academy is important. I know that a lot of people, we are focused on making the money, but here's the tip, guys. And thank you, Harvinder, if you're watching, for sharing that one slide with me. If we are focusing on learning, then now take off the L at the beginning. What will be, what will it come, what it will be? If it's a learning, and take off the L, the first letter of it, you are earning. If you are learning, you're earning, right? So we need to teach people that we really have to focus on learning. We need to put, we need to emphasize on this Academy. Let's not forget about that. I will always stand by the Academy, because for me, the Academy has given unbelievable experience, oh my God, I can't speak anymore. Unbelievable experience and education, which cannot be taken away from me. And this is the way I'm still speaking to my partners when they want to know more about my about this Evorich brand and what is it that we are offering. I always start with 8 roles of private investor, because I want my partners to be educated, not just earning the money, but also learning how they can earn more. And obviously it's only given in the Academy. So your own words explain about the Academy, the platform, that the information what the platform is providing, summarizing that this company will give you the you know, the science behind, or the science behind the investment or investing. It will teach you about the money game. It will give you the tips how to become successful, how to build business, and etc. etc. You don't have to go in each bullet point and talk about each bullet point, okay? So you have 2 options. Either you talk about the Academy in general, or let's say you describe the Academy in 1 sentence and pick 2 or 3 bullet points that you think is important to describe and talk about. And every time you can change. One time you speak one way and describe Academy, the other time you do it in a different way. So it feels like the presentation will be a little bit different. What's important here, guys, to remember, I hope that I don't think we will manage it before the Christmas or in this year in general, because we're about to go on holidays. But from the next year, I hope all the presentations and all the speakers will be ready for Academy, uGain, and UGPay. Because here we need to get people interested in the Academy, and then we have to direct them to the Academy's presentation. Okay, so Academy will have its own presentation, which very shortly should be presented to you. That's why we don't go into details about the, you know, when the Academy was developed, who is the CEO of the company, how many, I don't know, students we have, what packages we have. We don't do all of that. All we have to do is just like get people interested, get people curious, and then we say, if you would like to know more about the Academy and what this project can give it to you, then please join the next project or Academy webinar. And then it should be the calendar should be ready, and you should know when the presentation will be you know, presented. So I would say it should be either Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay. Then we talk about the uGain. Same thing, guys. We don't go into details about the uGain and talk, you know, we can talk about uGain, right? We just have to give them the excitement about the uGain, briefly explain what it is all about, told them that, you know, this is a global platform where small, medium, large businesses is coming together, providing their services and entertainment, kind of this entertainment center. At the same time, you know, the users can, users can get an access to the, you know, the companies and projects that they maybe never heard about before, and they can get great discounts. As I can see, how I see the uGain is a great solution for the situation when you go to the shop and they ask you, do you have a discount card? And I remember, like, my mom used to have many different discount cards, and when they asked her, do you have this discount card, she had to look in her bag, and there are like hundreds of different cards, and she doesn't even know what shop she is, and she has to look into the card. So I, like, this is why the joke, but this is how I see, you know, the uGain platform will help the clients, the users, and at the same time small, especially the small and medium enterprises and businesses. Because I don't know if you have ever paid for the marketing advertisement, like on a Facebook or any other platforms. I've done it via marketing company, and it's expensive. You know, for me to get 5 leads a day, well, I think it's expensive. I had to pay more than 300 euros to get these clients even interested, kind of to show the interest in wanting to communicate with me. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't guarantee that they will become my clients, right? So we can just briefly explain that this is a great platform where entrepreneurs and users can, you know, save the money and get a global access to different projects, or for example enterprises to the global database, because obviously we're going to have millions of people in our database via which they can present their product. Okay, and again, once they if they like, also in this in this slide you have to direct them to the uGain presentation, same as the academy. You need to figure out, you know, the hook of the uGain, you know, the idea of the project, and then tell them if you would like to know more. Again, the uGain presentation, let's say it's on Tuesday at 6 p.m. UK time, where you're going to get more detailed information about uGain, how it's set, how you can get access to it, how you can become the client, or how you can, you know, partner with us or you become like, put your product on this platform, and what the most important are 4 types of additional incomes. Okay, so we are not spending too much time on this slide. Again, directing people to their product presentation, and they will have also the business presentation. Next slide is the UGPay. Again, we are very excited. We are, you know, happy about the improvements and all the things that's happening with the UGPay. We mentioned that it's registered with the US Security Exchange Commission and incorporated in Switzerland. We tell them that we have a very unique product, which is the crypto unit program, in an innovative program that includes in itself you know, the global portfolio, which brings people the passive income. And current, the main assets of Crew portfolio is as follows. You can mention all of them, or if you just say there are approximately more than 10, and we continuously add the instruments to our portfolio, because we have a separate investment department who are looking for different projects, lucrative projects that will bring us the value and increase you know, the global portfolio value in general. Again, find a way how you can get them excited, try different ways, and then direct them to the presentation, which most likely will be I think, once again, so uGain presentation will be, I think, Tuesday, UGPay presentation Wednesday, and Academy presentation will be Thursday. I think that's the program we have set at this stage, but tomorrow we have a project managers meeting where I hope to get the confirmation from those project managers that they are ready, and they are set and ready to present their projects. Okay, because most of the presentations are ready at this stage. And that's it. And then we ask them, we try to get interaction from them. We would like to know if they like what they hear, if they are interested to know more, and ask them if they would like to be find out what is the unique business model by which we are operating, because every project has they business platform, how people can earn. We can mention that every single person in our project can become the client, and it's not necessary for them to be a business owner. It's an optional for them. But if there are people who are looking, to get an extra income, passive income, or they're looking for a place where to, I don't know, get at least one income because maybe they don't have a job, then this is this could be the platform for them. Martin is asking, so every week, each of those days will be different presentations. So idea is to have all those presentations every week. So let's say on Monday, we start with the Evorich presentation, then we have uGain presentation on Tuesday, on Wednesday, UGPay, and on Thursday, Academy. Same time, if Evorich presentation is on Monday, then on Tuesday should be a business presentation. And so again, product presentation, next day business presentation, product presentation, the business presentation the following day, and it should be all around the months like that. Okay, so we have to create a system. So here we have to talk about MLCI. I don't know how you're presenting this, guys, but recently I have found an amazing way to present the MLCI by saying that MLCI is a new version of MLM. Okay, so we haven't invented kind of a new wheel, but we have improved the wheel to be more unique and to be more maybe attractive. I don't know, I'll say I feel okay by saying that. And then when I explained the multi-level crowd investing, I show them that, we have three niches: product niche, business niche, and investment niche. So in product niche is also in MLM business, so it's nothing new. So each company has something to sell, something to offer, maybe some trainings and courses as well as in a product niche. So it's straightforward, nothing new. Obviously, the second part is the business niche. It's optional in MLM and in MLCI business as well. So we do offer people an opportunity to build a global business from home or any part of their comfort. They can become their own boss and work for part-time or from home, unlimited income potentials, and etc. etc. So we just briefly explain about the business. Maybe you can share your experience, how long you've been in this business as active partner, or perhaps some of you you have joined this business as the client and then you decided to be an active partner because you kind of got the taste, you liked what you see, what you hear, you do receive maybe some passive incomes because you have entered the project, which gives you also opportunity to become the co-owner, right? So this is the uniqueness of from or the difference from the MLM and MLCI. So we have also the investment niche, and I've heard some presentations saying that once the person joins the business, you become the co-owner of the entire MLCI, entire Evorich ecosystem. Be careful, guys, when you say that, because right now, yes, we have one point of entry, which is the academy. So people are purchasing the EIPs and getting the bonus, which is the crew, right? So obviously, if they hold the crew, they become the co-owners of the Evorich ecosystem. But once the academy and the UGPay, yeah, will be separated, then it's not going to be the case anymore, right? So then we have to use different explanation that in our business there are three opportunities. We have opportunity, like we offer clients, some products and services, so they kind of get the benefit from the product niche. We have also opportunities for every single client to build the business. But when we're going to talk about the investment, there will be only certain projects via which they can become, where they will be able to invest, or via the investment become the co-owner of the ecosystem. Okay, because if people decide to go in academy, they're not going to be the co-owners of the ecosystem, right? They will be at that case, in that case, they will be the co-owners of the ecosystem if they purchasing the UGPay product, which will be the World Crew, the token, right? However, in the future, there will be other companies or other projects where we will be able to invest, I guess I can say the word invest directly without purchasing the STO, but that's in the future. So this is how we need to explain to people. MLCI offers 3 options: product niche, business niche, investment niche. Okay, and the business is optional. We don't spend too much time there as well. It should be only 2 minutes I have written down. So don't go into the bullet points. Don't read all the bullet points one by one. Just summarize everything, because remember, people will read the slide, or you can get them interested to listen to you. What's written on the slide is kind of a help, obviously, for the speaker, but it's great if with your energy, with your excitement, people are listening to you, and maybe somehow you're managing to how to say connect to your story. Okay. So in this slide, I also would ask you guys to delete this new in action. I have updated the slides, but still it's going to be updated in the back office. It might take some time because they're working on Academy tab where they are adding new materials. Okay, please delete new in action because we haven't spoken about the new at this stage. And yes, correct. Instead of the businessman, I also actually, thank you, Ainsley. I already asked Gail to change the business person or business professional. Let's change this businessman to something more generic, not man. Great. So I know that some people are having difficulties with explaining this slide or this idea. So let me give you an example. EduCafe, right? So imagine you have the restaurant. So what are the 3 groups of people that can benefit from this restaurant? So the first is the client, right? So the clients are coming to the restaurant to get what? To get the experience, to get nice service, to get a nice meal, because maybe they're tired of cooking at home, or they just want to get out of the house and get some nice experience, and loving when someone is serving you, right? So the clients should be very happy about the service, and then obviously they are paying for their experience, for the food they received. So the second group is the business people, people who are physically working in a restaurant, people who are looking after these clients, looking after so that the service and the level of standard of the restaurant doesn't drop. You know, they make sure that the food is fresh and prepared on time. They're just making sure the restaurant operates as it should be. And obviously the business people are benefiting from the client because the client brings the profit, and the better restaurant operates, the more clients are coming. And obviously what the clients are doing, word of mouth, they are inviting other their clients, or they are promoting this restaurant to other people. So the business people are obviously always busy and looking after so that the restaurant operates and doors are open. Co-owners are those people who have invested in the restaurant, or the maybe restaurant chains, and they are benefiting maybe not from one restaurant but from multiple restaurants, right? And maybe they're sitting in some Bahamas, or I don't know, in Australia, and enjoying summer and enjoying their time off, so they don't have to be physically in the restaurant. Co-owner is like a shareholder, right? So you are co-owning the restaurant or the restaurant chain. So once again, you're not physically in the restaurant, but you do benefit from the client, because the more clients are coming, the more profit you have, and you need to make sure business people are happy, because they're the ones who will look after your clients. So basically, everyone should be happy. And as I ask my partners when I present this kind of an example of MLCI, I ask them, what is the possibility that each client who comes to the restaurant will receive the business opportunity or business offer from those business people working in the restaurant? And now imagine that there are like thousands of people coming to your restaurant every month. What is the possibility that every single client will have an offer from the business people to come and work for them? I think it's very small percentage. Do you agree with me? You don't. Are you still here? Plus. Okay, cool. Now the question is like, what is the percentage that every single client who spends the money in a restaurant, 50, 100 euros, would receive an offer from the co-owner or the shareholder to become the co-owners of the restaurant? So basically you pay for your food and you become the shareholder of the restaurant. I think it's also like almost a 0%, right? That would be great. And when I ask people like, do you know any such business out there or the platform which would offer for you to become client, business person, and the co-owner in certain business? And most of the people say to me, no. If you talk to the network marketers, they will say no. If you talk to some people who owns the business, they will say no. So most of the, like 99%, I always receive the answer no. And then obviously you share with them, well, there is a platform which I just shared with you. It is an MLCI platform which allows you to become the client. Obviously, you have to become the client, and then you have the opportunity to become the co-owner of our ecosystem if you become the client of the UGPay, or you can become a client and business and the co-owner of future projects that will come in place. And also you have an opportunity to become a business person if you want. It's an optional for each person. But if you see the power of MLCI, which is the new version of MLM, don't you think you want to go out there and shout out loud about MLCI and share this opportunity to as many people as you can? Remember, guys, try to speak to every single person, but by not trying to get them as a business people inside our MLCI business, okay, inside our ecosystem, but try to show them the value of becoming at least the client, so they can taste it, they can feel it, they can smell it. They can firstly get to know, what is this MLCI, what is this ecosystem, and once they become the client and they get to, as they say, eat elephant by piece, then they will naturally start asking you like, okay, what is the business opportunity, how I can share this with someone else? And that's naturally gonna, go with the flow. But if you're trying to get every single person as the business people, they feel that. But since I have changed that approach, I'm telling you, I have more success than I had before. Just show them like that you can become a client and earn passively, and more projects we are adding, to our the project, the more benefits you will receive. That's it. I spent too much. I spend a bit more time on explaining this slide, but you have to figure out how you can do this in 2 minutes. I did it when I did the presentation, less than 30 minutes. So you just have to figure out how to do it. But it is really powerful, guys. Like when you say MLCI is a new MLCI is a new version of MLM, everyone's like, what do you mean by that? Explain it to me. And that's it. You just have to explain with this restaurant thing and everyone will be happy. So obviously our why, we know the bigger why it is, the easier how it becomes. Same as every single person, we need to have our why we do what we do. What is the end result? What makes us happy, emotional? Like what is, that reason? For those who attended GoPro, you saw so many whys of those people, why they do what they do. So I hope you guys, you have figured out your why you are in this business. And I hope it's not just for money, but it's for the bigger purpose. If you haven't found your why, because yesterday, one person told me that only after the GoPro, the person figure out her real why. And she has been in a business for a while, more than a year. So think about this, guys. Think about your why, and then you will be able to explain more about the new economic evolution of the world. Here again, try to create the image in a person's mindset. Try to make them excited by saying these things, that we can make the distribution of the wealth more equally, how it can change the lives of many people, how we can, impact the world, how we can change the world. Because you see, when we say we are changing the world, we are changing people's lives, there are so many people who say the same thing, but we have to figure out what is the how to say, what is the emotional way you can connect your listeners to this new economic evolution of the world. I would definitely recommend for you to listen to Andrej Havrato when he's explaining about this mission, and maybe try to summarize whatever he's saying there with your own words in 2 minutes. Okay, I'm giving you no more than 2 minutes for each slide. And adding value to the community, and how important is to have the community who are like-minded, who are progressive community. I have 2 partners who are changing their mindset, who are changing their environment, and I can see how from this little bird, they're becoming like an eagle, right? They start realizing the power of the MLCI, the power of what we are doing. They see the bigger vision and mission of our company. And again, it all happened obviously after the GoPro, but I can see how people are transforming. The transformation is happening, and these days the transformation is happening much quicker than it was before. And imagine that we are impacting so many lives in this world, and together we are already more than 1.4 million people. Probably the number has grown even bigger, and and we're gonna go bigger and bigger and bigger. And imagine, like, if in 2016 I had certain friends and my small but loved family, then today we are so huge and we have family, extended family from all around the world. So just with your excitement, with your emotional attached to this mission, try to get this image in their head, why we do what we do. And here it is. We just need to sum up. Okay, sum up what we explained in the presentation. So what we do here, so we read the bullet points, adding maybe 1 or 2 more sentences, or say your own words, so what you just described, but please do not go through the presentation once again. Okay, I've seen this mistake in some presentations, that you just explain 25-minute presentation or whatever, and now you're going through the presentation again. You just have to summarize what you just described in 1 or 2 sentences. Otherwise, people will sit again for 20 minutes and they will never see the end of this presentation. So again, depends how you feel more comfortable. Either you go through each bullet point, or you try to write like a short description in few sentences. Okay, see how you feel more comfortable about this. Again, no more than 2 minutes. And to-do list. Okay, we're coming to the end, guys. Few more slides left. So to-do list is like giving them the next steps. So again, you can interact with them. Did I like what they see? Would you like to know more? Would you like to get just more educated or informed about this project without paying any fees? Because obviously we have the registration in our ecosystem for free, and you can find the calendar of all the other webinars planned for the following week or the following months whenever you do the presentation. Okay, select the project you are keen to participate, learn about the project, figure out if you would like to be just a client, or you want to go all in straight away and become the business partner. It's totally up to you. Remember, we just have to make a decision, right? The longer decision we take, the longer, the excitement fades away. So, and attend all the trainings and workshops. So from the next month, I really hope, guys, that we will have everything prepared and ready. I'm really working for it. Business presentation is also ready. Yeah, it is ready. So soon I will present that as well. I'm just writing the script. It's already translated, but there needed to be some adjustments made. But business presentation is ready as well. So I really do hope that from the next month we can create a system where at first the project managers will present these presentations. So you can have your guidance, you can listen to project managers, and you can learn, you can practice, you can get more confident, and then you can just do the duplication. Okay, so we don't have to figure out from in our minds what we need to say about each slide. We just listen to the project manager, because they are the best people to listen and learn from. They know the project inside and out. They know how much information should be said and what should not be said on the first presentations, and etc., etc. Okay, and obviously, yeah, so from next month, I hope it will be done. And take actions, make a decision, take actions. If you don't take actions, nothing will change. We know that, right? And here it is. So here is the end of the presentation. Ask maybe some action questions. So would you like to turn yourself into 2.10 version? Would you like to take your, if you do the presentation today, do you want to make your 2021 the best year in your life? So why not try the Evorich, right? Because I love the idea to be the new class of entrepreneur, or the new class of MLCI entrepreneur. We can even put MLCI entrepreneur. We are the pioneers in this business. So I don't want to be second. I want to be the first. So this project is the first project in the world who does what we, like, who has created such a unique platform. Probably there will be other companies that will try to copy us, but that's normal. What's important, we are the pioneers. So either you are with us or without us, we will make it happen. So I do, invite you to become an Evorich partner, or at least the client. Taste what we have, and then decide if you want to move on as an active partner. We don't spend too much time here. I would recommend to maybe pick some quote, maybe tell some very short story about yourself, so how you can get everything wrapped up. Maybe you have some last kind of a sentence, like, they always say 3 F's or 3 D's that you want to describe, and make them to think about the last thing that you said. It's totally up to you. You can always change that, and then you finish the presentation. That's option A. Option B, remember I told you about the news. So if on Saturday, when we have certain meetings or trainings, there is always some promotions announced. So if that happens, we will prepare for you in the same design these news. Maybe it's going to be 1 slide, maybe 2 or 3 slides. It all depends. Then on Saturday, it will be those slides will be available in the back office. At least that's my plan. This news should be in the back office, which you can download, and then you can add to this presentation. So let's say become an Evorich partner. This is new class and entrepreneur, and let me finish with some cherry on the cake, and then maybe there is some promotion, something that you can even more excite them with, right? To get them more excited, so make them more kind of, okay, I want to do this, I don't want to miss this out. So then we just have to add those slides to the presentation. Okay, but if there are no news, it may happen that there is no news coming out, which is very rarely that happens. Then we just go to the next slide, which is the thank you for being here. I would always say, not thank you for listening to me, but they should be clapping themselves, or say, like, clap on the shoulder for saying that they have done a great job. They have moved, they have made a step forward. They're looking for something. They're not just sitting and hoping for something to happen. They have made this first step of being here and listening to something that could be life-changing. This could be a life-changing information for them, something in those lines. Okay, and then you finish presentation with a high note. Definitely with a high note. Don't say like, oh, thank you, bye. With a high note, invite them for the business presentation when it's going to be ready, or remind them again about the webinars that for each of the project we have. And then you can answer the questions related to the presentation. Okay, we don't answer the questions when the STO will happen, blockchain. We don't ask how to do the business in a uGain. We don't ask about, I don't know, some packages. No, this is very informative. It should be a very informative presentation where you you try to catch their attention. Okay, and then they should come back to you and say, okay, you told me all these beautiful things, so what do I do next? Okay, so tell me more about that. It should be in this way, because otherwise we try to say so much in one presentation that most of the information is gone. Okay, so as short as we can, as direct as we can, as interesting as we can, catchy, funny maybe a little bit, with high energy, with a smile on the face, we should do this presentation. That's about it, guys. So what do you think? You can do this? You can do this. Great. I'm happy. Is it more clear now? Probably it was clear before, but you know, I already did. Okay, yes, we can. Great. So I look forward to start watching all your presentations in the background, because I still do a lot of paperwork. And unfortunately, I can't do so much lives, even though I would love to, but I can always listen to you in my earplugs or just on a computer. I can see a lot of you have done already under 30 minutes. Great, guys. I hope also the other chats are, replying. Obviously, I can see only Russian and English. But if you have any questions, guys, you can now ask if you have. If not, then let's organize our calendar and start doing the presentations. Let's go. I love your energy, guys. I really do. Ruta is doing at 7 p.m. UK time. Great. I will try to log in and watch your presentation. Well, guys, if you don't have any questions to me, then let's
there is a question. There is a question whether there will be a recording of today's webinar, of this presentation.
Oh, I can see it is recorded, and it's actually live on Facebook. So yes, there is going to be a recording. What time did we start? 2. So I actually managed to explain you in 1 hour. That's great. I know your time is very valuable and expensive. All right, guys. Well, then I will say to you bye-bye. And if you do have some questions, then obviously you can ask me privately. Oh, someone says there is a question. Anete, in your opinion, this presentation should last for how long? I will appreciate if you can give a range between which this should last and what will be ideal timing for you. As I said, 30 minutes, that would be the perfect presentation. If we have news, then maybe depending on the quantity of the news, the presentation might last a little bit longer, maybe 35, 40 minutes, if we have huge amount of the news. But ideally would be 30 minutes. So start practicing, guys. Just practice and you will see you can do it. I'm sure you can all do it. When are floating of, you see, question, when are we floating our cryptocurrency in the blockchain? We are not answering such questions on such presentation. Can we unit from Mark? Okay, these questions are not related to the presentation. Sorry, guys, I'm not going to answer these questions. So yeah, okay, then it was lovely to be with you here tonight.
Anete, there is one more question from the Russian chat. And where can we get these slides from?
In Evorich tab, in your back office, in Evorich tab, partner tools, and I think it is promo materials or documents, one or the other. And very soon, at the same place, in the same place, you will be able to get this do and don'ts as well. Okay. Okay, guys, so then no more questions? Great. Okay. then, as I said, it was a pleasure to be with you here, and I look forward to see you very soon, somewhere, online or hopefully offline as well. Bye-bye, guys.